What's up? What's up? It's your boy Brian, the Casual Brian, with another casual podcast coming to you live from the Sunshine State. If you don't know what that is, it's Florida. Florida. I am in Florida, trying to figure out a good spot to do the streams. So for today, we'll be in the kitchen. Actually, it's in the dining area, but you know what I mean. Got to find a good spot. I like this spot because there's decent lighting. But the most important thing always is to start. I feel like I'm looking this way for some reason. This is straight on, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if I should move the mic over. I'm not going to move the mic over. I'm just going to leave it as is. So, yeah, traveled yesterday. Let me tell you something, okay? Your boy does not do good with a lot of things when there's like a deadline. I I'm I'm I've known this about myself, but I had to relearn this about myself. So what do I mean? Well, if I have if I want to be out of the house by 12:30, I do not need to put laundry, the gym, cleaning the house, packing. All of that should not happen before it's time to go to the airport. That's not smart on my part. And then on top of that, Darcel is trying to get the apartment ready. And it's just I was extremely stressed out. Um, and that's not on her. That was on me. If I would have packed the night before, I got up with enough time to go to the gym. But if I would have done laundry the night before, I would have been totally fine. It was the combination of laundry and packing and all these things that just sent your boy into anxiety mode. And so I'm not here for anxiety mode. I'm not here for anxiety. I felt the anxiety building up. I would just, so I just have to kind of shut it down. One thing I've learned to do when I'm having anxiety, because I kind of almost I don't want to say like mastered anxiety through the pandemic, because it's like, what is that? But um I've gotten better at recognizing um, the symptoms of anxiety. And so when I start feeling it, I start to attack it because it's attacking me. So I'm going to start coming right back at it. And that for me, that just means I'm just trying to talk myself back into um, a regular state, a neutral state. So anyway, it was a rough start. Got to the airport, found out that the gate I was at. So I could be wrong about this, but I'm like 90% sure LaGuardia used to be to where you can walk from Terminal D to Terminal C. Can't do that anymore. You have to take a shuttle because they're expanding the airport, which is great, looks great, love it, but I had to take a shuttle. So ultimately, after I got through everything, I only had about 30 minutes in the lounge, which was it's not, I was disappointed about that. I wanted to give myself a solid hour in the lounge. You know what I mean? That's what you pay for. You pay for the lounge access. You want to get, you know what I mean? You can get in there and get something to eat, get a drink or two in uh 30 minutes. But you can't really relax. You can't really just like take it easy. And that's kind of what I wanted. You know what I mean? Especially considering like I was going to go from the lounge and I bought a first class flight. And the reason why I bought first class, I wasn't just trying to floss, but I needed to get my spend so that I could hit silver status. Well, it turned out I didn't need to do that because I guess the Chicago trip by itself did it. It's hard sometimes to find out exactly how much is each thing is worth. You go to some places and some sources will tell you that you're going to get this for it. And so I just didn't want to take any chances. So I booked it first class. I knew that that was going to be enough. And as it turned out, this is amazing. So normally on a flight, if you take a regular flight from New York to Orlando, you get 1,100 miles, give or take. And then if you get like Comfort Plus, they'll bump you up a little bit. But I got first class, so it's about 2.5. That's the best I could come to. So I got 2.5 miles, and then they messed up my order on the flight. And so as to compensate, to say I'm sorry, they gave me an additional 2,500 miles. So I don't know exactly how it worked, but all in all, with everything included, I ended up with 6,000 miles for one flight to Orlando. That's amazing. That by itself justified getting first class. Not to mention when I got there, I was able to go to priority boarding, and Darcel was able to come with me, even though she did not buy a priority ticket. You see what I'm saying, people? You know what I mean? Like sometimes it makes sense, but you have to make it make sense. What's you lob? I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe try that one again. I appreciate the comment though. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you, but maybe try that comment again. Yeah. So anyway, um, I got I got into the lounge super late. Came here, or so went over to first class. First class was good. It was a nice flight. I didn't watch anything. I don't really like to watch things. I don't know why. It sucks. Um, you know what I mean? Like I can't really get into a movie. And the reason why I can't get into movies is because as I start watching a movie, if the plane starts shaking or anything, I just lose my concentration. My goal for 2022, look, baby steps. If you don't know me, I do not like to fly. I'm not a big flyer. But my goal for 2022 is to be able to fly without having the window open. Because I'm realizing now that it makes it harder for the people to see their films. Um, some people want to sleep, and the light. I get it. I get it. I don't care if I'm by the window. If you want to control the window, you sit by the window. Which reminds me. So on the way to Chicago, this guy. So I got up to use the restroom, and this guy closed the window, and I was thinking, oh my god, am I going to have to actually check somebody on a flight? You know what I'm saying? That's bad energy. I don't want to be on a plane, like one of those people you see in the news. That's like, what I mean? I don't want to be that's what I was so I had to think through this. I'm like, am I going to be this guy on the guy that they're taping on the news? Because I was pissed. And the thing about it was his energy was that way. I knew he was going to do it. That's what bothered me the most. I knew he was going to do it, and I just didn't know what to do because I knew for sure that if I would have went off on that guy, I would have been one of those people on the news, and they would have been like, Brian, you didn't look too casual on the flight that I saw you on. So anyway, I didn't say anything. I waited till we got about 30 minutes out and then put the thing back up and pretended like I was watching the landing. Because I'm passive aggressive. You know what I mean? I don't like confrontation. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. That's why I go out of my way. So anyway, I got into Florida last night, had some Florida style Chinese food, and just went to sleep early because I was super tired. Got up today, first day in Florida, went to Fusion XL, the best gym. I still will say it, the best gym in Orlando, run by Edwin, um, Julian, and I don't know if JT is still an owner. He has Technique Boxing now, but I know Pete Zachary is an owner, so they're doing a great job expanding. Great class, man. Tough roles. I was very surprised. Just getting put. They were putting it on me. So I enjoyed it. I'm tired, but happy to do the stream. After I do this stream, I'm all set for the day, which is great. So there's nothing better than the feeling of knowing that everything you have to get done for the day is done. You know what I mean? That's if you're not getting stuff done, you don't understand. But man, if you're getting stuff done, when you get to that last thing of the day, you're like, oh, and it's like 4:10, man. Look, I'll be done with my day at 4:30. And that is a good feeling. Good feeling. I clinched. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who was wondering. I clinched. I am in the playoffs officially. It's been a year or two, maybe. Maybe 2 years. Was there no football last year? I can't remember. You got 2020, 2021. It felt like one long year. But yeah, I made the playoffs. I lost the game, but I did make the playoffs, which I think is better. It's better. I wanted my friend. I mean, I think he still was going to make the playoffs because his team did well. So my team would have had to outperform his. But now the hard work starts. And the thing that sucks is, man, I have a really good running back, but he's hurt. And I don't see any reason for the coach to play him. aside from trying to make the case for next year why he should still be the coach. He's the Swift for the Detroit Lions. And he's great. He is great. He's a beast. It was such a good trade, but he's hurt. And I really just need that one. I just need that one extra player. I made an adjustment. I switched at two instead of running three wide receivers, I do two QBs. And it's not as dynamic, but it's more consistent. I know that I'm going to get, generally speaking, about 35 to 40 points from my QBs, and that's solid. That's all I need. Be solid. I don't need you to be dynamic. I need Diggs. I need Evans. I need Fournette to be dynamic. And I don't know what happened with him. He was going off, and then all of a sudden they just hit the gas, the brakes on him. I'm like, let him go. Let him eat. He's killing it. He's killing it for me. I need him to play. So I have some pretty favorable games. I don't know how this works, but it seems like everybody has favorable matchups. I need my team to score. I think for this week, I'm going to need a minimum of 130. I don't. We're both projected in the 30s, but I think that I have to hit 30. My gut, but I feel good about it. I feel good about winning the whole thing, even though I definitely don't think I have the best team. I just think that my team does what it needs to do when the other teams don't. It's going to be hilarious because if I win, if I win it all, I will definitely will have done it with the at least third or fourth. I think my team is the third or fourth best team, arguably. You know what I mean? Because I feel like my team hasn't shown up as a team. I've seen other teams who their whole team has kind of played well. So, I feel like if I can get 85, 90% of my team to play well, I think my team is almost unstoppable. But I haven't seen that. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that happens this week. I don't know if I talked about this on Monday. I think I did. Yes, I did. But I want to talk about it again. My Hero Academia. Jeez. That was such a good episode. Man. Gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna bring it up because I'm a little bit nervous about the internet here. And if there's any internet issues, let me know. If there's any buffering or lagging, I haven't seen anything, but if you see anything, let me know. And if you're listening on the podcast, let me know if there's any audio issues. And if you didn't know, I have been putting this up in audio form. So if you don't have time to sit here and watch it on video or watch it online, you can always check it out on the podcast. There's an actual The Casual Podcast page. If you can search that on Facebook. And again, we're streaming on Facebook, two places: my personal page, the podcast page, on YouTube, Twitch, where we get those lovely comments, and Twitter. But I'm here for the Twitch, man. In fact, I'm gonna start pushing my Twitch out more now that I'm actually doing some streaming. Unfortunately, I still don't think the actual the music streaming and the anime stuff is gonna happen until next year. But we'll get the conversation rolling, get the community rolling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, can't really see it. I'm rocking the merch from my homie Brittany Lee Carter with Carter Yoga. Carter Therapy LLC. Yeah, she's doing her thing, killing it, loving it. I'm loving all that she's doing because she's really just, she's making a space for people who might not be served in communities that are not commonly served. And I love that. I love to see what people are doing, and I just realized that I'll probably spend the last 10 minutes doing tweets and Twitter reactions. Let me get my Twitter right. I think the Twitter account I have up is one of my clients. So yep, that would not have been good. that would not have been good. Living the dream, man. And it is hot in Florida. I think someone needs to tell DeSantis that it is December so he can cool down all the rhetoric. Oh, I'm just playing. I'm not playing actually at all. But no, it's way too hot to be December. What is this? I mean, I'm glad I didn't bring too many sweaters and stuff because I know Florida, but what is the temperature? What is the temperature right now? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Florida. It's December, a good way through it, halfway through it. What do we got? 73? 73? How is that December weather? What is that? I can wear shorts. I have sandals. No socks, though. Darcel, if you're watching this, I don't have socks on, okay? No socks, just sandals. But seriously, 73 in December? That's crazy. I see why people come down here for the holidays. In fact, I was talking to a guy, I think he was a bouncer. I don't know what he was. He could be like a doorman or whatever. Could have been a worker at McDonald's. And I was like asking him, what's the busiest time for Miami Beach? And he was saying December and January. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Everybody comes down here to get their, sunshine and stuff because it is cold in New York. It is extremely cold in New York. Brick, they say. New Yorkers are weird, man. I think, it's interesting. I've lived in Florida. I'm a Florida boy through and through. When I was walking around today, I went by Publix, went to the gym, and I'm a Florida boy. I love being from Florida, and I lived in Texas for 10 years. So I feel like I know Southerners, but I think New Yorkers are nicer. I think they're actually nicer. They just have a rougher, exterior. Like the way they talk to you is harsh, sharp. But but they'll do anything for you. Um, but it's interesting because I think that there's some parts of Southerners that are actually, that person. I mean, they definitely will speak, smile, how are you doing? And if you're like a younger person and you show like courtesy or respect to an older person, they love that. They eat that up. They are here for it. Whereas I feel like in New York, they don't really care. That's the one thing I feel like New Yorkers are more outwardly like they'll do for others. They're more generous, but when you're generous to them, they don't really care. They're like, all right, whatever. Move out of the way. I'm trying to catch my train. So I don't know. And that's interesting. It's interesting. I've scaled back the politics quite a bit because it's not so much that I feel like I was getting triggered because I don't let it trigger me. It doesn't bother me. I just want to know what's going on with COVID so I can make the best choice for myself. And aside from that, I don't care. Because I need to save all my caring for next year, which I think is going to be a very difficult year. People, if you don't know, if you don't really follow politics, just be prepared because it might feel like things are worse than they actually are. Next year is going to be contentious. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult because there's a lot up for grabs. And basically, what's up for grabs is that if a lot of people lose, a lot of Democrats lose, then Biden will just be shut out. He will be shut down. He won't be able to do anything. For some people, they're happy about that. Other people, they're not. I personally am not a big fan of the split. I understand why it could be a good thing. I think it could be a very good thing because it could and should offer balance, but it doesn't. It just means that you won't get things done whenever you have like a Democrat and then the Congress and the Senate are the opposite. Just shuts everything down. And it's the worst and most unproductive time in our democracy. So we'll see. There's a lot to fight for. I think that the Democrats have a lot of work to do. Their messaging is terrible. They've had some bad policies. They've had a lot of good stuff, but if you gotta let the people know what you did. You got to explain what you're doing for them. So I expect it to be tough. There was a lot of voting changes that happened that I think are they're tough. They're going to be tough. It's going to be tough. There's going to be a fight. But the problem with Democrats and just generally younger people is that they wait to fight. They let stuff happen and then they want to complain. And whenever you're reacting, you're always going to be weaker. You're just going to be weaker. Period. So, hats off to Republicans, hats off to conservatives. They're always out there. They're out there. They don't go on defense. They just that's not what they do. You know, Never. They never go on defense. They're always on the offensive. So, as my dad says in court, if you're explaining, you're losing. And it always seems like Democrats are explaining. On that note, I think it's a perfect note, perfect transition point. Let's get some of these tweets up. So the tweets might be anything from sports, MMA to anime. I don't know. I just know I'm going to share it with you and hope that nothing inappropriate comes up. And if it does, I'm going to just zip past that super fast. Also, when I'm doing this, I can't really see myself. So, I'm probably going to be looking down, which has no effect for the people. Now, this is the problem. I'm realizing that when I do this, the people on Twitter can't see what we're seeing. So follow me on Twitch. All right. Looks like we're starting with a death. Bell Hooks, trailblazing Black feminist and social critic, has died at 69. Well, rest in peace. Do we say rest in peace anymore? I feel like people switched it. There's like rest in power and all these other things. I don't know. I'm still going to say rest in peace. I feel like I don't say that a lot. I don't know why, though. Ben Affleck never deserved Jennifer Garner and has spent 17 years proving that. Okay, I don't know where this comes from. Oh, there's a little bit of it. Okay, so basically, Ben casually, see what I did there? Implied that Jennifer Garner is the reason why he drank, because he felt trapped in their relationship. Now, look, I can say that not from personal experience, but I could see how somebody could feel trapped and it can contribute to what would make you want to drink. But to say that your ex was the reason you drank, I feel like that's low, man. Come on, man. You got J-Lo. All right? Just chill out. Take J-Lo and go. Don't take low shots at Jennifer Garner. Seems like she was a good mom. She was supportive of you in rehab. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a low shot. Let me know. What do you think? Do you think it's like warranted? Do you know what he's talking about? I think it's inappropriate. Name this anime character. He's not the main character, but he stole the whole anime. Bakugo. It's got to be Bakugo. Let's see. Let's head to the comments. This is one problem. This is the problem I have with Twitter. It's so difficult to get to the comments. Mikey. Oh, it could be for any anime. Mikey, Gojo. Yep, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely not Phil. Get Phil out of here. It's ridiculous. I'm insulted. Who wrote this? I don't know how to say that name. Sir, you're ridiculous. Yes, 100% agree with this. Oh my God, yes. Danzai, one of my all-time favorite characters, at least top 15. This man put a whole list together. Definitely do not agree with this. But everybody else, yeah, for sure. I have not seen this person, so I don't know. Could be true. Could be true. He seems cool. Todoroki, get out of here, man. No. Bakugo for sure. Levi, definitely. Gara. This person is out of their mind. Gara. Get out of here. Gara is one of the worst. Killua again. I can see this. I can see this. I don't quite agree because I think that Hinata and Kageyama, they're very strong characters. But I get it. I definitely get it. Now a lot of people don't know who this is. Hiei. Yu Hakusho. Get out. Come on now. Take this serious. Maybe when we get there. Maybe. All right, that's enough of that. That was fun though. I enjoyed that. Fire Force. Gosh, I just realized I saw something. I didn't realize it. I saw something, and apparently Fire Force has been out for a year. That's so long. That's so. Oh, I can't with these anime breaks, man. They're just too long. Top ranked CB. Travis Hunter has announced on Instagram he will what? Oh, decommit from Florida State. Sign with Jackson State. With Deion Sanders. Woo! That's a hot take. And I could care less. Got a lot of anime coming in. Chopper and Sanji, Chopper and Zoro, Chopper and Law, Chopper and Luffy. Oh, when a plan goes wrong, Nami, Robin, Law, Usopp, Luffy. I don't even know why they make plans with Luffy. My man's not listening. This is one of my favorite things about One Piece. I don't know if people actually care or actually like it, but but I think that the dynamic between Luffy, like so, there's two threes. There's the monster three or the big three. So that's Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. But then there's this three, which is Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper. And it is my favorite thing in One Piece because I don't get any of the humor, but I love how much they love it. I mean, look at Chopper. He's going crazy. He's going crazy. I'm here for it. Oh my goodness. And then a random advertisement. This is one of the saddest things, man. Like, this guy had it. You know what I mean? Everybody's waiting for their shot. He got his shot and he blew it. And I'm not throwing any shade, man. People don't understand. When I was younger, let me get out of here. Not get out, but I'm gonna make it smaller so I can bring more attention to me. So when I was younger, I used to always want to win the lottery. I wanted a lot of money. I didn't care how I got it. I just wanted a lot of money. But then I started getting, work, started making more money. And then I started realizing you need to understand how money works. You need to see large amounts of money moving around. You need to see in your account. So for example, aside from like my college loans, that you would get at the beginning of the semester, I never saw like thousands in my account for a long time. Most of the time I was in when I first moved to New York, it was like in out, rent, bills, doing shows, paying artists, recording records, in out, in out. And so I never really knew what it looked like to have 15,000 or more in my account at one time. And so then when I would imagine myself being successful, I would imagine things that I hadn't seen. So I started, I'm really big on like speaking and seeing. You have to see it, you have to speak it. If you don't see it, it's hard to get there. I've seen books, I've heard people talk about it, so I can't give exact references, but they talk about our brains are hardwired to figure out to get to places. If you put it in front of you, if you put a goal that you're committed to, your brain will do everything it can to get there. And I believe that. And I believe that whatever you speak into your life and over your life and about your life, that too has a lot of power. So I think I gave this example before, but I'm gonna give it again. 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I realized that I would always say I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. Sorry, I'd love to, but I'm broke. And I stopped. I said, I'm never going to say that about myself. Even if I have no money in my account, I'm not broke. I'm just waiting for the rest of the money. I think my joking thing was I'm in financial transition, something like that. I don't know, but I never said I was broke. And since that time, I have never been broke. I've been less liquid, having low cash flow, but I'm never broke. And it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling, I mean, I remember when I would go to the grocery store for years, whenever I wanted to buy something, I'd always have to check, see if I have enough. Do I have enough? And that just little bit of instability makes life harder. Now I buy. I check for, discounts here and there, but for the most part, I don't really care. So, just a thought, just a thought. I think a lot of people want to get it fast, but I think that there's value, there's stability in getting it slowly. And I think it's better to get it slowly, get that 50K job, then get that 6-figure job, or maybe, 70 or 80 in the middle, get that 6 figures, walk around with that 6 figures for a couple of years and understand how that feels. Because once you get the 6 figures, man, then you kind of really got it. You really understand what it is and what money can do and what it can't do. Because there's some things that you think it can do, but it really can't do, because it takes a lot more money than you thought. And you start to realize some of the things that you need, some of the things that you thought you need, some of the things you thought you might have wanted. But then, like they said, the hardest amount to get is that first 100,000. So, take your time, enjoy the process, enjoy the ride. And remember what it was like when you had 30,000, when you had 50,000, when you had 70,000. So you can appreciate it. Because if you don't, you're going to get there, you're going to forget where you came from, you're going to get loose with that money, and you're just going to let it go. So anyway, that's my stream for today. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. A lot of good people stopped by. Thank you for the comments, even the ones that I don't really understand. Thank you for all my Twitch followers. Thank you all for my Twitter followers. Thank you for all my YouTube followers. Thank you for everybody on Facebook. If you have not subscribed, you just stop by, make today the day. I really appreciate it, and I'll keep showing up for you, and hopefully you'll keep showing up for me, because it's all about investments in 2022. Have a great day, and if you ever miss the stream, you can always catch it on the podcast, which will be up every single day after the stream. Until tomorrow, have a great day.